It involves Path of Exile. A lot of people are angry. A lot of people are angry about what
I've heard of that game. Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 78 of Ignore the Backlog podcast. My name is TheRealPortz, and EvilSpaceBunny's here. Bunny?
Yeah? I'm here.
Hey!
Hi!
I know, usually I'm like, how are you doing, or whatever. I didn't do that this time, because I lived
confused.
open-ended. It's your thing. Say what's on your heart.
Can I just say the entire time? Because that's my favorite word
is on
to
your
still
heart?
say. Is always on my heart.
Is on my heart as well. Yeah. My body wants to say it so bad, and my brain doesn't want to, but it will. It does, and it will in this podcast.
Instead of on my sleeve, is on my sleeve instead. Or no, instead of my heart on my sleeve. Shit! I fucked up the joke!
I was like, wait a minute.
No!
Oh, shit. Fuck.
Damn it.
All right.
Fuck.
Redo.
Amateur. Redo. Okay. Instead of my heart on my sleeve, it's my on my sleeve.
Yeah. Woo! I don't have an applause thing. Or wait, do I?
Round two.
No, I don't.
Oh, amateur.
Rip. I know. Amateur hour.
If only I had a cool mixer to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I have the equipment. I'm too lazy to use it. I did have it loaded in there. If you don't explicitly save it, all your, like, if I record something right now, like if I put, hey, Bunny, hi, how are you?
Yeah.
Hey, Bunny, hi, how are you? That will go away unless I explicitly go into the GoXLR settings and save it to my profile. It's like, just leave it until I clear it for something else, you fuckers.
Yeah.
Assume I want it saved. Unless I explicitly clear it, because you can do that from the mixer. Like, don't make me go into the software. Blech.
No, that's lazy.
Blech.
I'm a lazy motherfucker. I'm
a lazy motherfucker. I want my product to work for me. How about that, huh? Oh, shit, I've become the customer. Oh, no.
Oh, no, you're the Karen.
That's
Are
fine.
we the Karen?
I think Karens need to exist, though. Otherwise, companies do get lazy.
I fucking screamed at somebody the other day. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, shit, who was it?
Okay, so there's a thing.
My mom told me about a story about somebody screaming at her. So you be careful where this goes.
Okay, I was screaming at a phone person, to be fair, and it was a dude. But like, what happened was, it's a predatory credit card system, and like, you get a credit card all of a sudden in your name, and it's like, to activate your card, call this number. And I'm like, I didn't sign up for no fucking credit cards and just shit. So I called the number, and I'm like freaking out. Like, how did somebody steal my fucking information?
But
blah,
still
blah, blah.
sent it to you.
Yeah, and like, I was just like kind of freaking out, and they're like, oh, it's a promotion to get you to sign up for the credit card. And I just fucking had it. I had been freaking out. I had been on hold for like 10 minutes and just like freaking out that somebody was stealing my information and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And like, I just fucking unleashed on him. I'm like, you know how fucking insane this is? And I'm just like, you're a fucking predator and you're a fucking dick and I fucking hate you.
That's totally fair, honestly. Even if like you sit down rationally later and you're like, that person just has a job. They didn't, design the system. But
I hope
in the moment, like, are you really supposed? Like, come on, it is predatory and it sucks. Like, they should know that. Yeah.
And he was just like so nonchalant about it. He's like, "Oh yeah, it's
he probably
just
gets it all the
promotion
time,
to get you to sign up for it." And I was like, "Why are you talking to me in that tone?" It's just like I went full fucking mom Karen on him. And my roommates, I can hear my roommates laughing because they heard me screaming at the top of my lungs. But yeah, anyway, this isn't a credit card podcast. This is a podcast about video games.
Credit cards. Wait, fuck.
Fuck!
All on our sleeve.
Yeah, the credit cards that are on our sleeve. What did you play?
I get lots of those, by the way. I get so many like fake credit cards. I did pull up the sheet. Yeah, that's how I knew it was episode 78. I hope you're right.
But what did you play this week? That's what I was asking.
Oh, I see. Yeah. I know what I played because it wasn't that much.
Oh no.
I played literally 1 minute of every single game I own to test on my ultra-wide monitor.
Oh my god, did you really?
Not every single game, obviously, but Dragon Age Origins shockingly works.
Oh, wow.
Natively.
Really?
You don't have to download a mod or anything.
Wow.
And it looks good. Like the UI scales with it. It's fucking crazy that they were, thinking about that shit even back then. Or I don't know. I don't know how it works, but it does. And that's impressive
magic.
to me. Yeah, it is fucking magic to me. I mean, I boot up old games. I think Rage is maybe the most gorgeous it's ever been.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit. I might actually play that game because it looks so fucking good.
Okay.
Yeah, being able to see that much really makes a difference. It's a way smaller version of this, but it does remind me of how I first felt in VR. Way different, way like smaller scale, jump. But
yeah.
Still, like I'm like, yo. First of all, the most shocking improvement is in Stardew Valley. Can you believe that?
What? In Stardew? Does
Yeah.
it make the UI better and stuff?
No. What it does is I can see almost my entire fucking farm at the same time.
Fuck yes! I need an ultra-wide monitor now.
The first thing I said was, hey, bitch, Robin, fucking lose your axe again. I dare you. I'll find that shit in a second.
You're like, I got it.
So yeah, it's been a good time. My computer's not here, but the monitor is, so I set it up just because.
Yeah.
What else am I gonna do? I wanted to see how it would all come together, and if there was anything else. I didn't want to do it all the same day. Now I only have a computer to set up when that comes, and then I'll be gaming, which is a good thing I did that because mounting this fucking monitor on top of the ultra wide was way harder than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
And I about punched a hole in my wall.
I mean, don't punch a hole in the wall because you're making holes already as it is.
I know. It would have been a bad, and you can't, they're not usable if it's fist size. There's no screw I can, I'm just like, fuck, I'm just going to have to move somewhere else.
Screw. Oh my God, that would suck.
So I did play a couple hours of Rage.
Okay.
And that game is very Xbox 360 era because that's when it came out.
Yeah, I was going to say.
It is fetch questy as fuck. I don't know what the fuck John Goodman is doing in that game, but it's nice to hear him, I guess.
I guess.
He's also not in it very long. Like, I'm already at the part where he's like, well, goodbye.
Goodbye. See you, sucker. This is all they would pay me for.
Paycheck. It's like, there's actors in this whole game, and they're not making a fraction of what I'm making. Idiots. They should have just been famous. So yeah, Rage is, there's not a lot to talk about, I guess. It's kind of shitty, but it looks good. It looks shockingly good for how old it is. I remember playing it, although it was on the Xbox 360, to be fair.
Yeah.
And I don't remember being like, whoa, probably because I was so like fixated on the texture popping. I don't know if you remember, but that game, if you turn from one side, by the way, it still exists.
And the tearing and stuff.
But it's less bad with good shit. Like on the 360, though, you would like turn around and it would just load the entire world in front of you.
Oof.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
But it's like the only way they could make it look that good. Which, I mean, it does look that good, but who cares? Because
yeah,
I don't know. It's silly.
That's fair.
Pillars of Eternity 2.
Yeah?
I'm still playing. That looks amazing. I mean, God damn it.
What?
I don't know what to say about the way this game looks because it's not the most technically like.
No,
I think of
it's got its own style for sure.
It's got its own style for sure, but it's like they do things that still impress me within it. Like there's some watery effects or like crazy shit. Just, the imagination is out like fucking mind-boggling. That's why I like.
Oh, go
What's
ahead.
that? No, go ahead.
That's kind of how I feel about Valheim. Like the fucking models of the characters, they look like garbage, and they kind of grow on you. They kind of look like RuneScape characters, and but it kind of grows on you after a while. And then there's like the water, and then there's some like the sky and the lighting when the fog rolls in on that game, and like just the ambient like lighting coming through the woods and stuff like that. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's just absolutely captivating, and I'm just like, oh, I fucking love this game again. And
Oh,
yeah,
that's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool. By the way, nothing has
Yeah.
made me want to play Minecraft more than I'm getting a new computer. My monitor supports HDR, and there's what 3 things in existence that use HDR.
yeah.
So I was like, maybe I'll get Minecraft.
Yeah, we can teach you how to play fucking Minecraft. We'll
I
get
just
you
want to
on
look
it.
at it. I don't want to play it.
There you go. I want you to build a penis, and then that will be the $30.
I can't
that
wait
you
to
spent
see
on
the
game.
shadows coming off that penis in HDR.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
exactly. We'll,
know?
we'll make it daytime. You can watch.
I'll make a
all
tiny
the sun
penis that casts a
cycles.
long shadow. It's like real life.
That'll be beautiful.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
I think.
No Dota.
I played one game of Dota on the ultra wide. You know,
okay.
it's hard to play games right now because I'm like saving it for,
Your
when the computer gets here.
Yeah.
Like I think the first thing I'm gonna do is either play through Red Dead or Witcher 3. I don't know which way yet.
Have you? Oh yeah, I was gonna ask. Have you launched Red Dead with this new monitor?
Nope, I'm not doing it until the PC gets here. I did launch Witcher, which I can run
Okay.
at the resolution, with some bells and whistles turned off, at like 70 FPS. So I mean, the
Wow.
new one's obviously gonna smash it out of the water.
Yeah,
It's a
that's
6-year-old
gonna be
game.
cool.
Fucking ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
It's been that long.
Well, I mean, how long has? Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Fuck. I
Yeah,
mean,
Red Dead's been
Skyrim
almost 3 years.
Skyrim turns 10 this year on 11/11.
Yeah.
21. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be 10 years.
Which is how many times I've played it.
fair.
Yeah. So I think in the next couple weeks I'm gonna finish Alex because once I get my computer and my monitor, I'm not really gonna want to play it. So,
Yes.
well, I mean, I have my monitor, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. No. When you
so,
get that
yeah.
good combo,
I think it's time.
it's time.
It's
I'm
time.
so excited for you. I don't
Me
think you're
too.
gonna feel the way that I did though at the end of the game.
I might not feel the way you did, but I already think it's the best game of whatever year it came out. So
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I obviously love it. I'm less into the Half-Life 2-ish story than you are, but I'm still gonna like it for sure.
Yeah. This literally changes. That whole game just is so good, and it just changes everything. It's just
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
I'm
like in the Half-Life verse.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm into that. That's kind of cool.
It's I really like what they did with Alex. So that's what made me really excited to see if they actually fucking do more shit or not.
Well, there's gonna have to be
I know.
some
We gotta get
development
gloves.
within
It's gonna be the gloves. It's
yeah,
gonna be the goddamn
gloves
VR
or
gloves.
a tank that you sit in, or
Yeah.
Come on, Gabe, just make another VR game. It's fine.
Just do it, please.
There's
I
more
need
stuff you
it.
could probably do. Squeeze that. Hasn't
I need
reached its potential, you fucker.
Okay. Well, I'm excited for your ultra wide, and then when you get your new computer and
Me too.
stuff. Yeah.
Me too. Yeah. So that's it. What did you play?
Okay. So I beat 3 games last week. I finished up Breathedge, which ended adorable and hilarious. I know, pee in my pants. Haha, so fucking funny. Anyway.
Hold on, I'm gonna try to get the right one.
Crickets.
Damn it! It was that one.
Your fake laugh. I fucking hate it. Yeah, crickets. But yeah, I fucking loved that game. It was great. It was very like niche, and
Yeah, I've never heard a single other person talk about it.
shut the fuck up. But
I'm not. It's not. I mean, it's not a joke. It is inherently,
know.
but
yeah, it didn't do very well, which is kind of sad because I thought it was really good. It's just there's some issues with it. My biggest problem is like the second chapter is way too fucking long. Just way
Yeah.
too fucking long.
why
in
do
that
games
game.
do that, dude?
I
It
don't
is not
know.
a
It
back
made
of the
it
box
so
sell
grindy.
anymore.
It
No
made it
one
so
wants a
grindy.
super long game, dude. Stop doing it.
It was 21 hours. And I fucked
too
off
long.
a lot. It's too
Yeah.
long. It was too long for what it was.
Yeah, because like, if you're a specific type of game, like if you're a grindy RPG and that's what you're selling to people, obviously you want the hour count to be the thing. Like,
Yeah.
it's super cool that I got 180 hours of fucking Witcher or whatever. But
Yeah.
it is not the thing when you're a small thing without the chops to make a game that's a fucking 180 hours. You gotta just know your limits there, buddies.
Yeah. They definitely just like stretched it as much as possible.
This, by the way, okay, so something also happened to me. I always do this. It's just, you know,
Yeah.
we should have you go first because I'm always going to think of stuff while you're talking.
That's fair.
I played Black Mesa. Well, okay, I booted up Black Mesa.
Oh, okay.
Guess what happened to my save?
Oh, no. Did it delete it?
They patched it out. They
Oh,
said it's unsupported in this version. I was like, wait, that's a thing?
stupid.
I've never fucking heard of that in my life.
Never heard of that either.
And it's not in beta anymore. It's a 1.0.
What?
Yes.
It's actually full live?
Yes.
Huh. Okay.
So crazy, but not the only reason I wanted to bring it up. Something
Yeah.
you said made me think of it, and I can't remember what the fuck that was. Son of a bitch.
Long games.
Oh yeah. They made Zen way too long.
Zen.
Just ridiculous. The end. Yeah. Like almost half the game is that now. Isn't that nuts?
Yeah.
Why would you do that? You're
I
remaking
don't
a
know.
game that's beloved. Don't fuck it up.
Yeah, don't fuck it up. Don't drag it out. Don't drag it out. Sometimes it's okay
So,
to be short and sweet.
That being
And
said,
that's-
Black
Oh, yeah.
Mesa, the worst way to experience Half-Life in my opinion.
Really?
Yeah. I was really hot on it at first, but they fucked it
No.
up.
They fucked it up. Damn, that
Yep.
sucks. I haven't touched it. I've been meaning to pick it up and then I keep forgetting.
I think it's still worth experiencing. There's some
Yeah.
cool shit that does happen for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'll
sorry.
have to-
Back to your
No,
back
it's
to
okay.
your list.
Okay, Breathedge done, finished, finito. Then I played Untitled Goose Game, and that was cute. It was short. It was sweet. I don't know how Donkey fucked up Rake in the Lake because I did it first try. I'm sorry. I have to shit on you, Donkey. I was like, Rake in the Lake, this is going to be hard. I saw Donkey fuck this up.
Are you
Wait,
talking about Donkey?
Donkey? Yeah. Donkey? But it was cute. And I really enjoyed like the art style, the dynamic music whenever like you were getting like encroached on or like shit was happening, bad things was happening, and like the music would just it would just exacerbate and just be, it was just wonderful. It was a nice
I
touch.
like dynamic music
Love
like
that.
that. Big fan.
Love it. Absolutely love it. And I love piano music. And I found a new beloved video game music that I've been listening to off
Oh,
stream
what is it?
all
What is it?
week. It's from Superliminal.
Superliminal.
Yeah, I played this game like a long time ago and then I never finished it. This was basically a concept that Valve had come up for another Portal game and they couldn't complete it. And I didn't realize this, that they gave it to this developer. And it was their concept of like perspective, but they were going to do it with a camera. And I think we talked about this on the podcast at some point last year. And but this is by Pillow Castle. They took this concept that Valve was just giving away and they made it their own into this like kind of almost Portal-y like instances. There's definitely similarities with like some of the robot characters that talk to you and they feel like GLaDOS. And then there's this other supporting voice who's like the actual like director of this whole project. And he's like, hi, my name is, and then he introduces himself every single time. And he's like, we can't find you every single time. And it's just kind of funny. But like, while you're trying to figure out all these puzzles and there's like this dark element of like, the reason why you're stuck in this space is because you're part of an experiment and you're one of the people who like feel hopeless and like just absolutely soul crushing, and they're experimenting on you with this like sleeping thing and basically fucking up your perspective of reality in your dreams to maybe make you feel better. and it gets really fucking dark, but it has like this beautiful ending, and the music. I don't know what it is about a fucking piano, but I just love this kind of style of music, and it was just gorgeous and just wonderful to listen to as you're doing these puzzles. And I've been listening to it while I've been doing like data entry and just boring stuff, and just it's been making my life so much better. I don't know why, but I love it, and it's such a cute puzzle game. It was short. It was like about 2.5 hours, and I thought it was great. So
nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was
Cool.
good. It was really, really good, and I highly recommend that game. But yeah.
By the way, there is some lo-fi hip-hop remixes.
Yes,
the soundtrack
there is.
That I'm going to check out probably.
Do it. I would check it out because like at the very end of the game, there is a lo-pop or lo-fi hip-hop version of like the very beginning song.
Oh, really?
That plays out the game. Yeah, it's really good. Besides my normal Minecraft, I've been slamming my head still on Binding of Isaac whenever I can't sleep at night. So, yeah, it's bad. 2 weeks, I got 20 hours in Binding of Isaac.
That's not that much.
It's not that much,
10 hours
but
a
like,
week.
yeah, I've been busy. I've just been busy working.
That's 2 hours every work day. That's not that bad.
Yeah. Oh. One thing I did forget about. It's my other vice when I can't sleep at night. This is why Isaac's probably so low. I've beaten Legend of Zelda 3 times this week.
3 times?
Yeah.
Are you speedrunning?
Slowly learning it. And it's really funny that you mention it, because like, and I bring this up because Squeaks called me out in his chat the other day. Because like, he's like, oh, hey, Bunny, when are you going to speedrun this game? And I was like, I don't know if I'll encroach on your Mario 64 territory, sir. But and then I was like, I told him how I was stalking the #1 Legend of Zelda Link to a Past speedrunner, although he just got overthrown like 2 months ago. But yeah, I have been stalking this guy for a while because I follow him on Twitter and I follow him on Twitch and I watch him speedrun stuff. Just quietly lurking in his chat. He doesn't know I'm there. And I'm just looking and I'm taking notes and I'm like taking like mental notes. And they're like, are you stalking him to like, I was like, oh, I want to take his throne.
Jesus. 3 fucking finishes down and you're coming for blood, dude.
I'm just practicing and it's kind of becoming an idea, but like it's a long fucking run. It's like the fastest times are still like 1:20.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's too long.
That's my only concern. And like I was thinking about it and like Squeaks was like talking about, he's like, "Oh, well, 16 stars is like, it depends, but it could be like 18 to 20 minutes and stuff if you're really fucking good." And I was like, I can maybe think that. I can think about that, but
it's funny because the training sort of all equals out to the same amount, probably.
Oh, I believe it. I fucking believe it. 100%. 100%. But it's just an idea that I've been batting around for like.
Yeah, I remember we talked about you picking a game to start speedrunning.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I can't speak today. I don't know why.
I mean, I never can speak, so. But.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Games. Speedrunning, possibly. I don't know. My biggest thing is, like, I don't think my community would be interested in watching me speedrun, so, like, I don't know if I'd stream it. I don't know. Might be just a me thing.
Right. Maybe. I mean, you might bring in new people. Maybe your community will stay. I don't know.
It's hard. It's hard.
Yeah. It's always a toss-up, kind of.
Yeah.
You can try for a little bit. Doesn't work. Don't do it.
Don't do it. Just go back to Minecraft, crying in defeat with my tail between my legs. All right. Are you ready for news?
I'm ready for news because you tantalized me earlier with some.
I did tantalize you a little bit with some drama.
Yeah.
With some drama on why you should
never
never
like
trust
the drama.
anyone
I think
from
maybe
the
I
internet.
always did.
But we'll get to that. We'll get to that a little bit because there's a couple drama things this week. So I sent this one to you, and I said, "You're welcome." But Amazon Gaming specifically is still not looking promising. They just backed out of a deal, or they couldn't actually come to terms with Tencent on the Lord of the Rings MMO that they had announced back in 2019. So what happened was, we know that Amazon was working on this game for a while. They were working with another company called Leyou, and that got bought out by Tencent. And their whole concept was this was going to be a free MMO, probably with a bunch of paid shit bullshit. We all know what you're trying to do, Amazon. We know. We saw Crucible, that mess, that goddamn fucking pile of incomplete, coherent, complete game that you called it. Anyway, because I think they were going to try to release it in tandem with their Lord of the Rings TV adaptation. We already know they've dumped like $500 million into that fucking show, which I don't know. Are you excited for that as a Lord of the Rings fan?
Was I excited for the MMO that they were making?
No, not the MMO, the TV show.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see what happens with it. I mean, yeah, if it comes out and it's good, that would be a good thing. I would like that. Yeah. But if it comes out and it's bad, then it's like, ignore it, I guess. It's fine. There's plenty.
Yeah.
Looking at you, fucking, well, DC had some okay shows, but I don't know. There's terrible shit coming out all the time, you know?
Yeah, that's fair. That's definitely fair.
One thing that turned me off about the series was it was supposed to be like, I think, at least that I heard, it like one season would be about one era or like different characters, and then they would wipe it clean for the next season and tell a different story. It's like, well, then why are you continuing it? Just like make different shows. It's so weird.
Like
that's like, what if there was a Marvel show that was like 1 week it's Captain America and then the next week it's fucking Iron Man? Like, no. Fuck off.
Or kind of like what they do with American Horror Story, where it's like a different story every season.
Yeah, but at least that's not messing with characters you already know.
Yeah,
you know?
I guess that's fair.
That's like Twilight Zone. It's like, oh, cool. It's like a new thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. But anyway, so for the past year, Tencent and Amazon have been back and forth on this game, and they never came to terms. My guess is Amazon probably wanted too much money. With how much they put into their video game industry, their video game studio, we've talked about this a lot. They put a lot of money, and then they
so much mismanagement,
so much crap, and I think that's what it was. Tencent is like, you're out of your fucking mind. Now, with this being said, this doesn't mean this game isn't not going to be made. Tencent can actually go to somebody else, since Amazon's like, I'm out. They could go to somebody else and then
wait,
finish
Tencent
the game.
Is the one that has the licensing deal with
I think
Lord
they
of the
do,
Rings?
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. They do for the game anyway. Because
I'm excited that it would leave. I don't love Tencent, but I trust Amazon shockingly even less.
I do too.
So if somebody else makes it, that's fine. Because honestly, when Guild Wars 2 came out,
oh yeah,
I was like, I wish this was just updated Lord of the Rings. I just wish it was Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
You know? I just want a pretty fucking updated Lord of the Rings online. That's what I want.
That's what you want. You might still get it. This still could happen.
That'd be fine with me.
Amazon just backed out, and they just they said they were really sad because they love Lord of the Rings IP, and they
don't love shit except money. Fuck them.
Yeah, I bet you it came down to money, honestly.
100%.
100%. Okay, so there's my favorite word. Minecraft just released its latest snapshot. I'm just going to fucking go into it. I don't care anymore. Minecraft released its latest snapshot, but alongside releasing that snapshot version of 17, they announced a delay for Caves and Cliffs update. They announced with this announcement, they were like, we're going to still have some of the content come out in summer like it was originally planned. And then they're going to have the rest of it come out at the end of the year, hopefully by the holiday season is what they're planning for. It may not actually happen that way, but we're going to see. The biggest thing with it is they announced this update because they said it's this is their biggest ambitious like overhaul of the game that they've probably ever done.
Oh wow.
The reason being is because the dramatic changes in the way that the overworld will generate, it's created a lot of significant technical changes, and they've had to go back to revamping how the original world generation works, because like it's going to be affecting how the caves are going to be structured now, and it's going to be affecting how the cliffs are structured. They can't just like add some code at the end, obviously. So and also with the biggest thing that they brought up was like, we want our team to be healthy. We don't want them overworked. And they think that working from home has compromised them a lot more than they anticipated, which I think a lot of companies kind of did. Like,
yeah, I mean, there's definitely new challenges with it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I think a lot of studios
there's definitely something about like being in the office and being able to like go talk to somebody face to face rather than waiting for a response on an email or something.
An email or a text or whatever, and like unavoidable dodging, I guess, because like there's times where it's like, I don't want to talk to this person, and I just could like hide Discord for like an hour and then get back to it. I do it too, you know. But yeah, I think a lot of people are suffering from that. Not just them. I appreciate that they're going to prioritize their team and still taking care of their team. But
you know, takeovers that are like big corporate takeovers are usually awful for a game, but Minecraft seems to have been pretty benefited by Microsoft, right? I mean, it seems
so.
It was mostly all fucking great.
Yeah, I mean, Minecraft has always heavily relied on the modded community to make that game continue to go.
Yeah, that's fair.
Vanilla hasn't been as popular.
At least they didn't fuck it up like Bethesda. Like, well, we're gonna hold all that back and charge for it now.
Yeah, we want to charge for it. I mean, like, yeah, it's its whole different thing. Like, mod pack developers release the mods for free, but usually you can support them via Patreon and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, Microsoft's not trying to edge in, you know?
Yeah, Microsoft isn't trying to fucking encroach on that shit. Yeah. And it's good, but I think a lot more studios are trying to delay things and push back and be a little bit more hesitant to release things. And I think it's all because of Cyberpunk. Like, we've seen more and more games for the past couple of months start to release demos. I've seen it on a couple of different Steam games that I went to go try and like add to my wish list and was like, try the demo. And I'm like, what the fuck is this happening? Am I back in like
demos? Yeah, what is this, Xbox 360? What the fuck?
Do I get a PlayStation 2 disc? Yeah, you know.
The last demo I remember playing was Mass Effect 3, I think, in 2012.
Yeah, I think a lot of more people.
I have downloaded some that look terrible. Almost every game has a fucking demo on Steam. It's crazy.
I mean, it's nice that more companies are starting to go back towards demos. I think it will help with piracy to begin with. That way, people don't pirate the game and then be like, "Oh yeah, I don't want it."
Right.
And then, yeah, you know. Or like the people that do want it, they actually know that they want it and they don't refund it, especially now since they can refund via Steam. So yeah.
You know, I mean, open a big can of worms here, but you know how everyone says Spotify and streaming is so bad for the music industry. Remember what the music industry used to be, and it was every single person on the planet pirated?
Yep.
So it's a little better than that, fuckers.
Yeah, because they get paid per.
Yeah, it's not
stream.
good, but it's like
it's better than somebody stealing your
it's
whole
better
fucking
than
CD.
Yeah. It almost. I mean, I'm not gonna say it got rid of fucking piracy, but it made it a non-issue, which is
it made it
nuts.
A lot less
because it's easier to just subscribe to Spotify than spend hours fucking finding music on Pirate Bay.
Yeah, and then making sure that it's legit and that there's no shit in
LimeWire.
it, etc. LimeWire. Yeah, all aboard the LimeWire train. Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
It makes us feel old.
Anyway, yeah, you just have to make it easier than pirating is, which is not hard because pirating is annoying as fuck.
It's so fucking annoying. And like, it's really funny because like I posted that thing and everybody got upsetty with me. And they're like, there's nobody pirating or ROMing new stuff. That's funny because, like, I downloaded 2 PlayStation 4 emulators and I got
Did they
them
really
to
work?
Yeah.
Because they can't even get the Xbox 360 one to work.
There is an Xbox One.
Yeah, there is an Xbox. Well, yeah. Well, maybe there's an Xbox One one, but there's not an Xbox 360 one that works.
I can't find. I never looked into the Xbox 360 one.
I don't know what it is about. It's the same architecture. So what the fuck is the problem, fuckers?
It takes a while to finagle. I was like so annoyed, and I was like, it took a while to finagle it, but I got it to work. Like there was one that was really sketchy, and like I dodged all its like weird software that I wanted you to install. But then at the end of the day, there's the ROM, and then I got it.
It's funny because usually emulators take like a generation or two to make good enough to actually play.
Yeah.
But yeah, if they're just making them now, it's like fuck.
Yeah.
Like, if there's a PS5 one already, so we're in trouble.
Jesus Christ, could you imagine? Like, I don't think there is a PlayStation 5 one, but
I don't think there is either,
it's inevitable at this point. The way that people are pirating and shit, it just makes shit like that makes me so mad.
Well,
like
that's another reason the supply chain issues are real tough. You know?
Yeah.
Because people want it. People are gonna get it.
Yeah. Because like I was watching, because I wanted to watch some more Until Dawn without playing it. I went to somebody's stream. I'm not gonna say who. And I was asking him some questions. I'm like, oh, yeah. And I noticed it was a little weird. And I'm like, how are you playing this? He's like, oh, I have a thing. I'm like, you're not playing this on the PlayStation? And he's like, I have a thing. And I'm like, oh. And then I closed the tab. I was just like so livid.
Yeah. That's not great.
No.
Yeah.
No, it was really shady.
But I would say your figures are still wrong. 95%. It's more like
80,
60 or something.
I don't know. I like if a game's hard to find, sure.
Yeah.
But
well, if it's even like enough generations to remove that GameStop doesn't stock the copies of it. You know what I mean? Like,
okay.
If it's a fucking NES game or like what, even a one that was mass produced that you could find on eBay. Buying that game from someone on eBay doesn't help the fucking developer. It doesn't fucking matter at all.
Yeah, that's fair. But like I think more and more companies are starting to put stuff on other platforms like
and that's great.
Yeah.
And they should do that because it helps. People will buy it.
Yeah. And it goes back to the developer. Like
it's one of the reasons I like PC. Sometimes it's a pain in the ass to get shit to work, but I can still run Dark Forces, bitch.
Fuck yeah, bitches.
Bitches, and GOG does a lot of the work for that shit, so thank you.
I know. Thank God. The one thing that CD Projekt has done well recently. Poor CG Projekt. Those poor bastards. All right.
They've only had one giant misstep, okay?
One giant
That's
Icarus
made them the
mistake.
laughing stock of the games industry.
And now everybody's afraid of that happening to them. Just the fallout that happened to them. And I think everybody's afraid of that now.
I would be really upset if AAA like died down. That'd be shitty. I really like AAA games, even though they're cookie cutter and like less. I don't know. I just like fucking big, gorgeous games, you know?
Yeah. Big, gorgeous games. BG.
I was actually scrolling through my library and I was like, I kind of want to play an Assassin's Creed game right now.
Oh, God.
Sounds fun.
You're wrong.
I like those games.
Oh, buddy.
What else we got?
Okay. Ready for the drama? Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you ready?
Was that too eager?
Oh, God. This is the best internet drama that's happened all week. So, let me give you the kind of rundown, because it's a lot. It's a lot. It involves Path of Exile, disabled gamers, and being a fucking asshole.
Oh.
Yeah, it gets bad. So, what happened was this guy made a throwaway account. He went onto the legal advice subreddit asking to see if he had a case against the Path of Exile company. I can't think of their names right now. I should have wrote it down.
Grinding Gear, is that them?
Yes, Grinding Gears. Thank you. So the guy said he thought he was unrightfully banned. He said what happened was he was disabled, he couldn't use one of his hands, and he could only use some fingers on his other hands. So he had a macro going for his potion, which is a bannable offense. He wanted to know if he had a legal case because he had invested his time and a lot of money into the game, he said. And because this is like Reddit and it's wildfire, it went everywhere. It went fucking viral, hard fucking core. And unfortunately, you can't find the post anymore because of the results that happened afterward. So many disabled gamers on Twitter reached out to Path of Exile saying, hey, this man shouldn't be banned. They were advocating for this kind of thing. And like Steven Spoon, I love this guy. He's an advocate for disabled gamers, being disabled himself, and being a part of Able Gamers, which is like his charity program that he works on. He's really cool. I follow him on Twitter. Love his face. And he personally reached out to Path of Exile trying to find some kind of like middle ground and really advocating for this guy. Within Path of Exile, they couldn't find anything. They couldn't find anything that matched this banning. And so they started trying to find more things. And they're like, we don't know what's happening. We can't find this person. He used a throwaway account. There's no bannings matching his description or anything that he said was on his account.
What?
So that's when shit hit the fan, because then the throwaway account posted again. It posted in the Path of Exile subreddit. And it was stating that this whole thing was a lie. And the person who posted this was an educator. And I'm going to put that in quotations because this is what they said. And they did this as a demonstration for their class to see how easy it was to manipulate the public opinion through the discourse of social media. They picked Path of Exile because most of their students were familiar with gaming, and it was relatively harmless. That's a quote I put, relatively harmless. Now,
Okay.
And they did say it's probably harmless compared to like politics or something like that. And then they said, we're sorry we caused any stress. And they used Path of Exile to demonstrate how simple it was to convince people into thinking you're an expert in the field with no experience. They explained how they followed the rules of each of the subreddits.
That's not what they did, though. They didn't make themselves appear to be an expert at anything.
Well, if you read the post, it actually made him sound like he played Path of Exile. But that's where the Path of Exile people were like, there's no fucking account that matches this. You're fucking out of your mind.
That seems like conflating, because if the demonstration was to prove that it was like, you could,
manipulate
clearly
the
put
public
out things that are like, well, I mean, that's definitely true. That happens all the time. That's pretty much what Twitter is for. But yeah, I don't know. That seems like an ill.
Yeah, but it gets worse. It gets worse. So they're like,
not an educator.
Yeah, he's Mr. fucking educator. Well, yeah. They explained how they followed all the rules of the subreddit, and then they go on to gloat. They said, quote, if you're foolish or if you're fooled by this and felt an emotion such as anger, etc., don't feel bad. Everyone falls for these tricks, and it is unfair matchup of the average person with no knowledge of propaganda persuasion versus a professional who has years of study and research on essentially how human beings can be manipulated. You know who also say that? Probably fucking psychopaths. Like, it's the most gloatiest thing that I've ever. And then he linked to like spotthetroll.org and like other foundations like that. And then it went dark. He deleted his account, and there's only pictures of the post.
Huh.
It just made so many people angry. There's so many things that could be said about this. One, he said it was harmless to target a video game company. He used disabled gamers as a fucking patsy. It's like, you're a huge piece of shit. You're a fucking educator. You're supposed to be a pillar that people turn to and get your
Maybe he
personal
meant that he
opinion.
was an educator in this process. He thinks he's educating people.
He's a piece of shit. But like he used disabled gamers as a fucking patsy, so now people are going to be even
it is a
less
good
hesitant.
demonstration in
Yeah.
that you can use sensitive subjects as a psychopath and make people do things that, you know. It is a good lesson.
Right? It
Like
is.
there are people that use systems like this.
Right.
Be careful.
Right.
That's all.
No, I mean
There was somebody I follow on Twitter
yeah.
that posted that she got really upset because her IT company sent a phishing scam that had to do with a BLM protest. And she's like, I think this is absolutely unacceptable and not you cannot do this. This is just, you know, tone deaf and you can't do this. I was like, actually, it's a great test because that's what they're designed to do is target you. So it's I want to hire that motherfucker who came up with that idea because it's a fucking good one. I know it's not a good topic, but they're not gonna be. Going forward, they're gonna play on this shit all the time.
Yeah, they're always gonna play on that shit, and it's super. It's
just
fucking.
have to be alert, you know.
It's just crazy. But like on top of all of this, they dragged Path of Exile through the mud. People were screaming at him for weeks on Twitter. Well, not weeks, but all week on Twitter. And it's like, do you not realize how loyal people are to their video games and their video game companies? Like, when you get told that Papa Todd Howard is a fucking dick, it hurts. And then you go to bed crying. Like, it's just...
Especially in our case, because it's actually true.
It's so true. I looked for a Todd Howard fucking body pillow the other day.
Why, so you could cut it up?
Yeah, so I could cry into it every night and be like, I miss you. I miss the old you.
Where's the real Todd?
Where's the old Todd?
Howard?
I miss you. No, but like it was just really shitty because like one, they used disabled gamers as a fucking patsy, like I said, and then they just dragged fucking Path of Exile. And there's gonna be people who got mad about this whole situation and then they don't find out about it for like however long.
Yeah.
That's the worst part. Like, fuck this teacher. If he's an actual teacher, he's a huge fucking piece of shit. And the best thing is,
I think people who call themselves an educator are definitely not teachers because teachers call themselves teachers.
Yeah, like there's a link.
There are some supremely assholish ones who's like, I'm actually an educator of this generation.
Yeah, I'll send you a link of the actual post that he posted, but that's the first thing he fucking said. He's like
right. He said he had a class. That's right.
Yeah, he has a class. So like, it's just, it doesn't matter. You're a fucking teacher. Like, the best thing is, I hope the internet does what the internet does, and they'll find this person. They'll find him, and they'll probably ruin him because they're mad. You don't fucking hurt their pop-up video game developer. Don't make the nerds mad because they'll literally come after you.
I kind of hope they don't find them, just because I feel like someone's gonna murder them.
Oh no, they were propagating
as much
that
as
video
it's a bad
games
thing, like
drama.
I don't think that. Yeah, I don't think
video games cause violence. Yeah, but yeah, well, I'm sure they'll fucking, I don't know. They'll probably ridicule this guy. All right. Fucking assholes. Don't be a psychopath on the internet.
That was intense.
Yeah, it's the worst thing I've read in a long time. It made me
I can't believe
so
this
mad.
missed I have some serious spots in my networks. I know people who play this game. Fucking
follow Steven Spoon. He's a genuine good human. I like his Twitter posts every time he does posts.
Yeah, but they don't want to dogpile like the rest of them. Just kidding.
Okay. Next topic of drama. So you know who John Garvin is, or Garvin?
No.
Okay. Do you know the game Days Gone?
Yes.
Okay. He is the creative director and writer.
Yes, I saw this. Yes. Yes.
So John Garvin, I think I'm saying his name right. He said basically said,
say it more assholey.
Garvin.
Garvin. Garvin.
You fucking piece of shit.
Piece of Garvin.
He basically said, "Fuck you, thrifty gamers." But but actually not really. Kind of. Well, okay, we're going to get into it. So the quote going around is saying, don't complain if there's no sequel if you don't buy it full price. But what he actually said, don't complain if the game doesn't have a sequel if it wasn't supported at launch. That's a big fucking difference. And, well, I kind of agree, but also don't agree.
The whole problem is don't complain.
Yeah. Don't complain.
People can complain about whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah. And
it makes sense to be like, fuck, I wish this had a sequel. You shouldn't send death rates to people, but it's just like, fuck, I wish there was that's complaining, but it's like, fine, because you're a fan. It's like, what, do you not want fans? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but I also don't think it's like the fans' fault that there's not a sequel. It's Sony's fault. Sony said no. Like,
well, it's definitely not whose fault is it that there's no sequel? There's so many different points that you could point to. One, maybe the game's not good enough. By the way, I saw the trailers, saw some people play it. It looks like fucking garbage. That's probably the first problem. Garvin? I forgot your fucking name.
John. We'll just call him John.
Johnny boy. Listen to me. Make a better game. Number 2. Yeah. Partner with a company who believes in you. Yeah. Easier to do when you make a good game.
Yeah. Don't go with Sony, I guess.
Yeah. If enough people fucking buy your game, like plenty of shitty games have had a fucking sequel. But if you can sell it, then it's, partner with people who can sell your garbage, maybe. I don't know.
There you go. Take out your garbage for you. But so this was all on the Joff's YouTube podcast show that he does. It was like a 4-hour interview with this guy.
Let's interview him.
Okay, we should. Let's reach out to him. I don't think he'll do it because, like, I don't know. Watching his interview, I could kind of see some of the issues that came up with it. He did a 4-hour interview talking about like his games and stuff like that. He supported his quote thinking he's like, so I think the uptick in engagement with a game is not as important as if you didn't buy it at full price, because if you did, then you supported the developers directly. Like so what happened was he worked for Ben Studios. Ben Studios got picked up by Sony to do this game, and then they started out as a small company. And it just, because Sony picked it up, Sony's like, ramp it up. We're fucking Sony. We want the best. And then they hired on all these people that don't necessarily work well with him. He sounds like he's very difficult to work with. And that's why he ended up getting fired. Shocker. He ended up getting fired because, like...
Oh, so that's how people are not supporting him now, by picking up the game? Is that what a selfish douchebag. Jesus Christ,
probably.
Dude. Like...
But like,
all right, you got to be malleable, dude. Jesus, motherfucker.
Yeah, he said his departure from the studio was based on his personality rather than anything to do with the performances of Days Gone. He said he worked hard in development for 6 years. He worked the crunch. He said he liked working the crunch, but it's probably also not good for him. It's never good for anybody. We all know that. But some of us like to ride that fucking double-edged candle.
Some people, can't get away from it. Yeah.
I'm one of those people too. I do it to myself, and then I burn out, and then I cry for 4 days, and I hate myself. But anyway,
I'm the opposite of that. I'm the laziest motherfucker I know.
With that being said, he said for the past 2 years he was away from the studio, and he called it a blessing. So like maybe we'll see.
And listen. Yeah. It's fine to just say shit on the podcast.
Yeah.
I think that's fine. I'm not mad at the guy at all.
No.
But he shouldn't be like, what the fuck? People have this opinion about my opinion? Like, it's just the internet, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you said a weird thing on a podcast. You backed it up again, which is weird. So just let it go. You said it on a 4-hour fucking podcast. Just let it fucking go. Unless you've been like muttering this to yourself since you left the fucking studio or some shit.
He's just like turning into Alex Jones. Lunatic. He's turning into Alex Jones of Days Gone. But like, I understand this was like,
if you don't buy video games, I'm gonna eat my neighbors. That's our boy John Garvin.
Oh my god, that's the best! Holy fucking shit! But yeah, I kind of sympathize with him at some points. Like, I can understand. It's mostly sympathizing with his frustration. Like, getting picked up by a bigger company and then being forced to work with people that you may not be familiar with. And then working outside
Lesson
the
learned.
thing.
Don't go to the big company. Just be an indie guy. That's fine.
I mean,
Make your own game. Scale it back, buddy, because it's clear that project it was a little more ambitious than you were capable of. And just, look at Stardew. Fucking one guy made that. Axiom Verge, one guy made that.
Well, to be fair, he was just the writer and the creative director. He wasn't like the
So
CEO.
it wasn't even his game?
It wasn't. Well, he wrote the entire game.
The dialogue.
I think so.
I hear it's the best part of that game, by the way. Well, let's not interview him. I'm going to be rude. I know it.
He's like, I don't want to be on another fucking podcast that's about fucking.
I know. He's like, I'll say
screaming.
something else.
I'll say something else stupid. Make fun of the gamers even more. They're going to hate me. I'm never going to sell another video game.
I know.
I'll never get picked up by another video game company. Yeah.
That's fine. Whatever.
Whatever.
He can have his opinion, and literally everyone else can have theirs.
He can have his fucking opinion. Okay. And then we can talk about the thing that you brought up today.
What did I bring up?
The fucking PSP and the PlayStation.
Oh, yeah. Sony's
3.
like, nah, never mind. We're going to keep the servers on.
They're like, hey, we're going to shut these all down. It's like, oh, you're really upset that we're shutting these down and you still use these and you're still willing to pay us money? Okay, we'll keep them up because we're having a hard time keeping up and we've only sold 4 million fucking PlayStation 5s as of last year.
That seems like a decent number. I mean, is anyone beating them?
I'm trying to think of how many Switches.
It's not Xbox.
No, Xbox definitely not. Switches are still like fucking... They're like hotcakes.
I mean, yeah, but they came out way earlier, right?
Yeah, but they're still selling like hotcakes for how many years now?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely...
That's fair.
It's definitely there. It's definitely there, so... But, yeah. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I think it's a smart move that Sony kept these services going up because a lot of people were mad. A lot of people were fucking angry and pissy, and they wanted to shoot, lasers out of their eyes at Sony.
Yeah, well, if you're upset about... you can't complain if the Vita has no server support because not enough people bought the Vita, and that's your fault.
I had a Vita until it broke.
If you guys don't go out and buy Vitas, I'm going to eat my neighbors.
Oh, yeah. I had a Vita, but you know what I did?
I sound more like fucking editor-in-chief from fucking Spider-Man. What's his name? Jonah Jameson? I want pictures of Spider-Man.
I want pictures of the PS Vita.
I want pictures of PS Vita, or I'm going to eat my neighbors.
I'm going to eat Spider-Man. I can't do that accent.
I'm going to eat so many spiders.
Why the spiders? No, eat the Spider-Man. Eat the Spider-Man. Oh, my fucking
It's probably his family. I don't know.
But yeah, that's pretty. I mean, it's good that Sony's reversed it, but that's honestly all that's being said about that. It's like, okay, good job, Sony.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah, good job for doing
Good job.
the job you should have done. Good job.
Good job. But yeah,
I don't know how many people are actively logging into their PS Vitas. Do you think for realsies?
5.
Let's say one
people.
every a month.
5
a month.
people.
How many people?
5 people.
5 people a month.
5 people.
I bet globally it's like 200. Gotta be. It's gotta be at least that many.
Like I can make $5 from these 200 people.
But I
every
bet that's
month
not
and
enough. I bet that's nowhere near enough. Although you could just keep one server on, right? That should be fine.
Yeah,
It'd
for
be
all
the
3
slowest
services.
downloads ever.
Yeah.
But yeah.
They're just gonna
I mean, what are you gonna do?
shove
There's not enough people.
Yeah, they're just gonna all shove it into one server and be like, okay, this is what you wanted. This is what you're fucking getting.
Hopefully you live near it.
If not, fuck you. Yeah, that's it for news this week.
That's it?
That's
Damn.
it. I
Okay.
know. It was mostly just that drama surrounding fucking
Yeah, it was a good week of news.
Path
still,
of Exile.
So it's good.
Yeah.
Good.
Don't-
Also, don't be fooled by fake
Fake
video
news.
game industry numbers this year.
Fake
Yeah.
video game news. Oh God, it's
show
the
me
worst.
some-
It's in our
Some digits
fucking
out there that
video
don't
games.
exactly
It's
match
not-
up.
It's left politics. It's in video games. I just threw my mouse pad thing across my room.
Oh.
I think I need a beer.
I just finished one,
God damn it.
but I could go for another.
You
You want to stop this fucking thing and go drink?
Yeah. Actually.
Yeah. Thanks everyone for listening.
Don't forget to follow us on Twitch, Twitter, and at EvilSpaceBunny and TheRealPortz, and our podcasts at Ignore Backlog on Twitter. And please like my stupid ass memes that I post. Please.
Please do.
Please.
It's useful to us.
It makes me smile. I'm like, oh, I made one
Yes.
person smile.
It's useful in that it makes us smile.
It makes me smile. It makes me feel good about myself on the inside and outside. Isn't that what you want to do? Don't you want to make me feel good on the
Yeah.
inside?
If you don't, we're going to eat our neighbors.
No! Okay, goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye. Also, goodbye.